Okay, so imagine this. You suddenly need to get up to speed on some new business strategy platform.
Okay.
And fast.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't have the time to be wading through a bunch of marketing jargon, right?
Yeah.
You just need, like, the core, like...
The essence.
The essence, yeah.
The so what.
Yeah, the so what.
Yeah.
And maybe just a couple of nuggets that are going to make you be like, whoa, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
So that is exactly why we're diving deep today into MakeMyStrategy.
Okay.
It's software that is aimed at making the whole strategic planning process way smoother.
Interesting.
And much more effective, so.
Yeah. Strategic planning, that's where a lot of companies, I think, get really stuck.
Yeah.
They struggle to kind of get that balance between doing in-depth analysis, but then not getting lost in the weeds.
Totally.
Yeah.
So this deep dive is a perfect for you, whether you're, a business whiz, or you're just curious about how modern strategy is done. So we've got the website material for MakeMyStrategy.
Okay.
And we're going to extract the juiciest bits.
Sounds good.
For you.
Let's unpack it.
All right, so MakeMyStrategy, first off, really zeroes in on these common business strategy headaches,
Yeah.
Like where the plans get too academic,
right?
Too vague, and nobody on the team is really bought in, and then suddenly, bam, the market shifts.
Yeah, and the whole thing's obsolete.
And you can't forget the
documentation burden.
Yes, the mountain of documentation.
It never ends.
It never ends.
You just get
So they're spot on and incredibly common.
In my experience, a lot of strategic plans just end up gathering dust on a shelf somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
Either they're too rigid to sort of handle the real world, the real world changes,
right?
Or they're so high level that nobody really knows how to put them into action.
Yeah, totally. And that's exactly where MakeMyStrategy says, hold on, we got this. Right.
And they're calling themselves software as a service, SaaS, for short.
Okay.
For both creative.
So not just a planning tool, but something that helps you actually implement it and track it.
You got it.
Interesting.
So they're highlighting this fusion of proven strategy models. So they're talking like 50-plus years of expert knowledge baked right in.
Wow.
And it's all on this digital platform, meaning super streamlined teamwork, easy document management.
Right.
And you can actually see progress tracking.
I like that focus on the proven models. It suggests that they're not trying to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
But they're building on stuff that's established.
Right.
Best practices. That could be reassuring, I think, for businesses that just want something
absolutely
reliable.
Yeah. They're not shying away from the benefits either.
Okay.
They're saying you're going to have more time for the work that really makes a difference. Everyone's going to be on board with the objectives. They'll be clear.
You'll have a bird's eye view of the whole plan.
Right.
And you can access it from anywhere, so.
That sounds pretty tempting.
Right.
Especially if you've dealt with, clunky planning processes, or if you're just drowning in information.
Totally.
When you're trying to make strategic decisions.
Yeah, or outdated plans, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but here's where I got really intrigued.
Okay.
They're really big on real-time data integration.
Well, yeah, in today's world, that's crucial.
Totally.
You have to be able to adjust to the latest information.
It addresses that problem of those rigid, outdated plans, right?
And the businesses that can adapt quickly, they have such a big advantage.
So MakeMyStrategy is all about agility.
Got it.
But hold on tight, because this is where it gets really cool.
All right.
Automatic plan generation.
Oh, wow.
So you get action plans, executive summaries, detailed strategies, all fully traceable.
Automating those tasks would save so much time and effort. It would free people up to focus on the actual thinking.
Yes.
Not just like the this admin
work. Wait, there's more.
Oh, there's more.
They've got this feature called consequence correction.
Cool.
And this is the whoa moment.
Yeah.
You tweak one element of your plan and the whole thing updates automatically, showing you the ripple effects.
That is interesting.
Of that change.
So like if you tweak your marketing budget,
you
could instantly see how that would impact your projected sales, your profitability, even your resource allocation.
And the line, yeah.
It's like a flight simulator for your business strategy.
It is. Wow. That's a great analogy.
Being able to see those consequences in real time.
Yes.
That could be incredibly valuable for making good decisions.
So strategic, right?
Yeah.
Like you can see how one change impacts everything else.
It encourages that more holistic view, which is so essential in today's business landscape.
You can't make decisions in isolation. So we've got this platform that says it's going to help businesses plan smarter, faster, adapt on the fly, avoid those costly missteps.
Sounds promising.
Sounds pretty promising, but the proof is in the pudding, right?
Always.
What are other businesses saying about MakeMyStrategy?
Yeah, let's dive into that. I mean, social proof is so important these days.
Oh, it's huge.
You know, hearing from real people who've actually used the thing can really give you a better sense of whether it's effective.
Absolutely. And there was one testimonial that really grabbed me.
Okay.
It was from this business development director.
Okay.
And they said they saved over 600 internal hours.
600 hours, that's not just a number. That's
wild.
That's a game changer.
It's mind-blowing.
Think about what a business could do.
Oh, yeah.
With all that extra time.
Yeah.
I mean, boosting innovation, strengthening customer relationships, finally tackling those projects that always get pushed aside.
Oh, yeah. That's the power of efficiency.
Yeah, it really is.
Right.
Yeah.
There was another customer, a CEO.
Okay.
And they mentioned how MakeMyStrategy helped them wrap up their strategic planning way faster and with more people from across the company actually involved.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So that echoes what we were talking about earlier.
Right.
That streamlining of the planning process.
Totally.
And making it easier for teams to work together. So it seems like they are delivering.
They're delivering on those promises.
It really does seem like it.
Yeah.
But, you know, here's something I've been pondering.
Okay.
Even if you're not running some huge company,
right?
Like there are some real gems of wisdom here.
Oh, I totally agree.
For everyone.
Yeah, MakeMyStrategies, like core principles, you know, the clarity, the structure, the continuous adaptation, those are valuable for any planning process.
Totally.
Whether it's for business or your career.
Or your personal life.
Even your personal life.
It's like a universal toolkit.
For better decision making.
Thinking strategically.
Yeah.
Making informed choices.
Yeah.
Being able to pivot when things change.
Oh, yeah.
Those are skills that
we can all benefit from.
Yeah.
And the way MakeMyStrategy is using technology to do this, well.
There's a lesson there for all of us.
Yeah, there is. Speaking of technology, this whole consequence correction thing got me thinking about something called systems thinking.
Ah, systems thinking.
Yeah, have you heard of that?
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up.
Okay.
It's a framework for understanding complexity.
Okay.
Recognizing that everything's connected. You know, there are no isolated events.
Right.
Every action, every decision sends ripples throughout the whole system.
Okay, so MakeMyStrategy with its, you know, real-time data. And that consequence correction magic seems to be tapping into that idea.
Precisely.
Yeah.
By letting you see those ripple effects, it encourages you to think beyond just the immediate and consider the broader consequences of your choices.
Yeah.
It's a more holistic, strategic approach to planning.
Totally. It's powerful.
So we're seeing the big picture, the interconnectedness of everything.
Yeah.
MakeMyStrategy also mentions this idea of deselection and how tough it can be.
Oh, that's a brilliant point.
What's that all about?
It's often overlooked.
Oh.
You know, strategy isn't just about deciding what to do.
Right.
It's about not to do. Especially when resources are limited and, you know, priorities are shifting all the time.
Yeah.
Making those hard choices about what to focus on and what to let go of becomes really critical.
So it's about identifying those areas where maybe you're spreading yourself too thin.
Exactly.
Or where your efforts aren't really moving you toward those big goals.
MakeMyStrategy could help businesses pinpoint those areas.
Yeah.
And make those tough decisions to, you know, refocus resources on things
that have more impact.
That will have the greatest impact. It's about letting go of things that aren't serving you anymore.
It is.
Even if they were once valuable.
Yeah, exactly.
This reminds me of that classic quote, strategy is about making choices, trade-offs. It's about deliberately choosing to be different.
Ooh, Michael Porter.
Yes.
A true visionary.
And that phrase, deliberately choosing to be different.
Yeah.
That's the essence of strategy.
It is. It's about finding your unique strengths.
Yeah.
the things that set you apart from the competition.
So it's not just about doing things better.
Right.
It's about doing things differently.
It is.
Which brings us right back to that whole Make My Strategy focus on real-time data.
Data is the fuel for making informed decisions.
Yeah.
But you need to know how to interpret it.
Right.
You got to extract meaningful insights and then apply them.
And that's where they really shine. They're not just giving you the software platform.
Right. They're bringing that expertise from all those seasoned strategists.
Decades of experience right to your screen.
It's a powerful combination.
It is.
Cutting-edge technology and human expertise working together.
It's like having a team of expert advisors in your back pocket.
Right there.
This whole deep dive has got me thinking, while Make My Strategy is designed for businesses, these concepts, these ideas are so relevant.
Oh, absolutely.
For individuals, too.
Yeah, that's a fantastic observation.
Right.
The principles underlying Make My Strategy's approach are applicable to anyone who wants to achieve their goals.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's in their career, relationships.
Yeah, personal growth, anything.
Anything, you name it.
We all have dreams we're chasing, challenges we're facing.
Right.
And having a strategy like a roadmap can make all the difference.
Strategic thinking, it's not just for corporations.
No.
It's a life skill.
I love that.
It's about taking control.
Yeah.
Making informed choices and really shaping your own destiny.
That clarity, that structure, the continuous adaptation, data-driven decision-making, those are all things
we can apply those to our own lives.
We can apply to our own lives.
Absolutely.
It's about being proactive.
It is.
Strategic in your approach to life.
Instead of just reacting to whatever comes your way.
Yeah, taking charge, making things happen.
Exactly. And that's what Make My Strategy seems to offer businesses.
Yeah.
A roadmap for success. A way to navigate
a complex market
and achieve their goals.
Achieve those goals, yeah.
It's about empowering them to make smart choices, adapt to change, and ultimately thrive in this dynamic and competitive environment.
I'm really struck by how they highlight the importance of learning from those proven models.
Oh, yeah?
Those best practices that have stood the test of time.
There's so much wisdom we can draw upon.
Yeah.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel every time.
Right.
By incorporating those models.
Yes, yes.
We can boost our chances of success.
Yeah.
And avoid some common pitfalls.
Yeah, it's like having a guidebook.
It is.
For navigating the strategic landscape.
Yeah, love that.
As we've been talking, I keep coming back to one of those customer testimonials.
Oh, which one?
It was from this company chairman, and they said, "It really took off with Make My Strategy. I highly recommend taking the system in."
Taking the system in.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It is, isn't it?
It suggests that it's not just a tool, it's a way of thinking.
Yes.
It's a new mindset.
It's about embracing a more strategic and data-driven approach to everything you do.
And maybe it's about recognizing that interconnectedness we talked about earlier, those ripple effects that flow from our actions.
It's adopting that systems thinking perspective. Powerful step. It reminds me of the question we posed earlier. If you could instantly see the ripple effects of every decision, how would that change your approach to planning?
It's a question that stays with you.
It does.
Doesn't it?
It really does.
Even without some magical tool to show us those ripple effects.
Yeah.
We can still strive to be more aware.
More thoughtful.
Yeah, more thoughtful about our choices.
We can try to anticipate those consequences.
Yes.
Both the good and the bad.
Absolutely.
And make decisions that align with our values.
Yes.
And contribute to a better future, not just for ourselves, but for everyone around us.
It's a powerful reminder that strategic thinking isn't just about achieving our own goals. It's about shaping a future we can all be proud of.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
I think we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
Yeah, we explored the problem that it aims to solve. We dug into the key features.
We talked about social proof.
Yeah, we even discussed how those principles could be applied to individual goal setting.
We did it all without getting lost in the weeds of jargon.
We did.
Or marketing hype.
No hype here.
We focused on the essence, the so what.
The so what, yeah.
What do you say we take a moment to gather our thoughts?
Sure.
And come back to wrap things up.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're back, ready to wrap up our deep dive into Make My Strategy.
Ready to distill it down into those golden nuggets.
Yeah, those pure golden nuggets of strategic wisdom, right? One thing that really stood out to me throughout this whole exploration was this emphasis on having a crystal clear plan,
right,
but also being agile enough to adapt.
Yeah, that balance is so crucial.
Right. Like those old school plans could be these huge, rigid documents.
Yeah.
But MakeMyStrategy is like, no, we're going to create a plan that is clear and concise, but also flexible enough to handle whatever.
Yeah. A plan that can't adapt is basically useless.
Exactly. Useless. And MakeMyStrategy seems to get that.
Yeah, they're incorporating that real-time data.
Right.
And those tools like consequence correction to allow for those adjustments.
Yeah. And speaking of data, they are huge on data-driven decisions.
It's not enough just to have the data, though?
No, it's not.
You have to understand it.
You got to know how to use it.
Interpret it.
Right. And they seem to really offer that human expertise.
Yes, to help translate all that raw data.
To make those smart choices.
Into those actionable strategies.
Right. It's like they give you the tools and the guide.
Yeah, the experienced guide.
To navigate that data jungle.
That's a good way to put it.
So something else that I think is super relevant, even if you aren't a CEO, is this idea of deselection.
Oh, yeah, that was fascinating.
They talk about how important it is to not just choose what you're going to do.
Right, but also what you're not going to do.
Yes.
The art of strategic sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's tough and necessary.
You got to focus your resources.
Yeah, be brave enough to let go.
And your energy.
Of those things that just aren't serving your goals anymore.
Right, and think about it. We all deal with this.
We do in our own lives.
In our everyday lives.
Yeah.
You know, we've got limited time, limited energy, limited resources. And learning to say no.
It can be freeing.
It can be so freeing.
Absolutely.
And it allows you to really focus on what matters.
Yeah. What aligns with your values?
What aligns with your values and your priorities.
And priorities? Yeah, MakeMyStrategy might be geared towards business.
Yeah.
But that deselection principle...
It's a life lesson.
It is. It's a life lesson in disguise.
Totally. And that brings us to what I think is one of the most powerful takeaways on this entire deep dive.
Yeah.
Strategic thinking isn't just for businesses.
It's not. It's a superpower.
Yeah. It's a superpower that anyone can use.
To achieve their goals.
It doesn't matter if it's in your career...
Your relationships, any aspect of life.
Any aspect. Yeah. It's about being intentional.
Having a plan.
Making those choices that move you closer.
To what you want.
Yes. MakeMyStrategy might be a business-focused platform, but...
Yeah, but those underlying principles...
They're universal.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a challenge.
Okay, I like it.
How can you apply these principles of strategic thinking to your own life?
That's a good one.
What are your goals?
What are your strengths?
What are your weaknesses?
Weaknesses. What opportunities do you see out there?
What roadblocks might you encounter?
And what's your plan for tackling those challenges?
Reaching those goals, yeah.
Powerful stuff.
And remember, it's not about creating some perfect, unchangeable document.
No, it's about the mindset.
It's about being adaptable.
Clarity, adaptability.
Always being open to learning.
Yeah, be proactive, make informed decisions.
And know when to adjust.
When life throws you a curveball.
Because it will.
It always does.
Well said. I think we've reached the end of our deep dive into MakeMyStrategy.
I think so too.
I hope you found it insightful, engaging.
And maybe a little inspiring.
Maybe even a little bit inspiring, yeah.
It's always fun exploring these ideas with you.
It is.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Keep those strategic minds sharp.
And remember,
the power to shape your future
lies within you.